Imagine a world where your mind is your greatest ally. Welcome to the Mind This to heal, elevate, and empower. Through emotional intelligence and cognitive growth, we can unlock our full potential and face life's challenges with clarity and strength. Think about it. Leaders today are overwhelmed by expanding expectations and digital distractions. But by prioritizing core values and focusing on what truly drives us, we can navigate this complex world with ease. The history of neurosurgery, with pioneers like Harvey Cushing, shows us the incredible advancements in understanding our brains. Similarly, the mind surgery revolution invites you to revolutionize your mindset, just as brain surgery has revolutionized treatment. Even cutting-edge brain-computer interfaces are showing us the limitless potential of the brain's plasticity. But it's not just about technology. Holistic health approaches, like those from Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, emphasize the crucial connection between mind and body. Transform your mind, and you'll transform your world. Be part of the mind surgery revolution by joining us at theglobalclusters.org. Stay tuned for updates, events, and tools to elevate your mental resilience and well-being. Every meeting matters. Don't miss your chance to grow with us.
Don't miss your chance to grow with us. It's a mind surgery revolution of the global clusters. I want to appreciate every clusterian on the call this morning. And I want to say that well done to the review department and all the clusterian upholding the meeting. Most of the times I've been busy doing presentations. It's a movement, it's loud, and we're all doing a great thing. This morning on the Mind Surgery, I want to welcome the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution of the Global Cluster, Ambassador Dr. Michelle Uko, and she will be introducing our guest today. And so that we can hear from our guest his story. He's going to tell us a story in 15 minutes, how it all started. It's a young man, and it's a lot of, things. And you will hear from him in 15 to 20 minutes. Then we'll all have a discussion about the story we'll be hearing this morning, and we'll have a great time. Dr. Michelle Oko, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning to everyone. This is Ambassador Dr. Michelle Uko. Tomorrow we will begin a new month, April of 2025. We started on July 6th, 2025, and we know that this particular 2024, this is going to be because the guest speaker happens to be my son, Chaplain Amazu Uko, who is a son of the soul, who is back now in Nigeria, to talk about what we particularly know, particularly every African everywhere, the importance of looking at ourselves as not as a third world country or nation or continent, but first world, and giving us regarding how to change our mindset, how to become focused and determined to be a better self. Now, at this time, let me introduce Amazu Uko for the mind surgery session. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I feel very welcomed on this Global Custers. I've been seeing so many videos. I've been seeing so many great reviews. And man, I'm really impressed just simply about the message because, you know, one of the things that I noticed, I recently just got back from America. One of the things I noticed was the mentality and the difference between um, the mentality in America and the mentality in Nigeria. And, I noticed that, and I know these are things that I was already thinking about initially, even before fully joining the organization, is that the biggest issue, the biggest area of opportunity for us as Africans, as Nigerians, is our mentality, is the way that we think, the way that we think. And I think we underrate how important your mentality is when it comes to anything, not just building a society, but just in life. Life is flexible and it's as flexible as your thought process. But what I've noticed is a lot of people, not just here, in different countries, a lot of people think the same way and they don't realize the options, they don't realize the resources that they have. And as a result, they are, if I speak in spiritual language, they're cursed. Because for whatever that you don't know, you are cursed by it. And whatever you do know, whatever you're enlightened by, you are blessed by it. That is why getting information, new perspectives is extremely important. Enlightenment is being blessed. And so I appreciate everyone for having me on the call today to speak briefly about my story today. This was kind of last second, but I definitely, after seeing the videos, I was like, please, I definitely want to show up. I definitely want to speak, because it just aligned with my thought process. So just a brief, short story, for me. My mother, she is American. My father, he's Nigerian. He's Igbo. So they met in America, and once upon, they had me. Right. I didn't exist before my mother and father met. So I was born in America. And it was humble beginnings at the very first, humble beginnings. My father, he came straight from the village to America. He was able to get a green card. I'm talking about fresh off the boats, coming to America, working, focusing on what we always tell everyone that we send back home. You have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be, focused on those things going over there. So he was more inclined to go towards science, doing chemistry. My mom, who was in education, who initially she was in the banking, she worked up in the banking system as a banker and worked up in those ranks. After dominating the banking market, she comes and she becomes a teacher, especially having kids, being that it's an easier schedule to balance kids with, and works up those ranks. And I saw them together go from nothing to building their own. I saw it firsthand. I remember we moved in. It was a very, very, very small apartment, almost like a boys' quarters. That was the first place. And then from there, moved into an apartment. From there, I saw, and this is me living my life and just seeing everything. I was a kid, of course, so I was just joking, playing around, but I just noticed we're moving. My mom, she helped my father even, with his mentality, being that she had an American perspective, being that she had a more flexible perspective of, hey, if you want to do really well as an individual, it's most important, especially because United States, that's it. We call it a country, it's a corporation. If you want to do well in this corporation, you need a business of your own. And she was able to convince him to get into business. And from that, we were able to expand ourselves. And I saw it firsthand. I saw it like firsthand, from this apartment to a townhouse. It was a step-by-step process. So, patience is important, and having foresight is important. And when we moved into it's funny because when we now moved into the house that was like, hey, we're doing better. At that moment, I was about year five, fifth, that's year five, my fifth year in primary school. And we were deliberating whether, I used to come back to Nigeria every year. Since I was one, I'll come back to Nigeria. My younger sister, is three of us. And my younger sister and myself, we came over to Nigeria with our parents after deliberation. Well, actually, they didn't tell us, funny enough. I thought we were just visiting, Nigeria like we normally do in the summertime or in December time, having fun. But, long story short, we came, we packed our stuff, we started buying school uniforms. Again, I was young, I was just a kid, so I didn't really think too much of it. And then I actually had to go to school in Nigeria, which that for me was the biggest culture shock, having the background of schooling in America. I came and we came and we just started schooling in Nigeria, and they were like, "Oh, we're going to school here?" It's like, "Yeah, we live here now." They told us after. So, and at first, with that culture shock, I won't lie to you, I was not used to it. I mean, come on, I was year five. I mean, think about it. Learning how to do like bucket shower, learning like, NEPA, electricity going, the discipline. I went to a school where they had canes, kobokos. That's what my mom wanted me to go to, actually get the real training. So I was, the whole thing. And it's not as if, I mean, she used canes throughout her own, while parenting me. But in the school system, that was not something I was familiar with. So after that experience, that culture shock experience, what ended up happening is I started to appreciate everything that I was going through. As I go through, I started making friends. I started to network with others. And, I started to be connected with people all over the world, because that's the thing about Nigeria, is that we are international people. We represent the world as Nigerians, as the most populated Black nation on earth. Lagos, the most populated Black city on earth. We are representing that. So I found all these connections, my sister and myself. And so much to say that even after school, when I now left Nigeria, came back to America for university, there's nothing I can thank my parents for, nothing tangible, nothing material that they can give me that was more valuable than that experience of them bringing me back home to go to school and ground myself. I say that to say, I haven't been back here in Nigeria for the last 10 years. I'm just getting back. And I've been meaning to come back. But of course, I had school, work. I've also been building my own family. Well, finally, I brought my family to Nigeria. I have 4 children. I brought my family to Nigeria because I want them to ground themselves in this country and know who they are, just like I was, because of the great example that I was shown. Were they super excited about it? Well, they don't really know. They're young children, so they're just enjoying. But I know that in hindsight, it's going to be one of the best things that they will ever experience, grounding themselves in Nigeria. You see, what I noticed in being in America is this. We have African people or Black people in America. I call them African Americans. We have Nigerians here. The difference is when it comes to mentalities that I've noticed, because it's all of us African people, we have to change our mentalities. In America, the issue is the African Americans don't know, the average African American doesn't know who they are. And that is their issue. They don't know who they are. Why? Because they've been disconnected over time. And when I now come to this country, Nigeria, and I notice what is the issue with the mentality, what I've noticed about Nigerians is, yes, we know we're Nigerian, but we don't know what we have. That is the issue with us here. We don't know what we have. We think it's a lack of resources. It's a lack of this. We have so many different things that we'll blame. And listen, there's no perfect place. We understand that. We understand we need to build more infrastructure. It's not unlike any other country. But the issue with Nigeria is not a lack of resources. We have all of the resources that we need. In fact, we don't need to import a single thing from any country because we have all of the resources. The issue is not a lack of resources. The issue is a lack of resourcefulness. We don't utilize what we have. We don't truly appreciate who we are and what we have as a nation. And when we change that thought process, when we learn to, instead of focusing outward, because that's a human thing, human beings, I don't know, we're so physical. A lot of people, a lot of us, we claim to be spiritual, we claim to be religious, we claim all these different things, we go and we pray. But do you actually look at things from the spiritual realm? Because if you look at things from the spiritual realm, if you actually have that perspective, not just on Sunday when you're going to church, but if you walk with that perspective throughout whatever decision you're making, whatever thought process you're making, if you have a true spiritual perspective, you would know who you are and you would know what you have. The kingdom of God lives within you. You would know that. I've noticed that a lot of my people are fearful. Not so much just fearful, but I'll hear the conversation. Oh, be careful this, be careful that, be careful this. If you're fearful, how can you claim to have faith? Because those two things do not coincide. Those two things are not related. They're actually opposites. But we claim to have all these faith and we have all these different religions. But the truth is, we're all talking about the same thing. We believe in God, but true faith is conviction and is the absence of fear. They cannot exist in the same room. So if you really are spiritual, I challenge you to walk with true faith. I challenge you, don't just talk about it, don't quote scriptures. Do you actually have faith? Do you actually know that you're safe? Do you actually know that you have everything that you need? And that with your thought process, you can change your outcome, your reality, getting the right information, becoming more aware of yourself, stop focusing outward. Everywhere we're focusing on this person. What's this person doing? What's this person doing? What is your business? What are you doing? Look at yourself. It's not even just a Nigerian thing, or it's a human nature thing. Tell me, why do human beings know more about the surface of the moon than we know about the water, the ocean? Because 80% of the ocean has not even been explored on this earth, but we know about the moon's surface. It's a human issue. We focus outwardly too much. You need to focus inward. Figure out where you are. You know more about the moon than the earth. That's insanity. You don't even know where we are, who we are. Look in. The person that you should be challenging is the person that you look at when you look in the mirror. Stop worrying about everybody else. Stop pointing at things because, as you know, as you've been taught, when you point, the other fingers are pointing at you. And be appreciative of what you have. There's a way this world works. It works in appreciation. You have to be truly grateful. Not thank you because that's what you're supposed to say. No, like true gratefulness, true thanks for what you are, for the air that you're breathing. Because the way this universe works, the more you appreciate, the more the universe will appreciate you. And the more perspective you will have to change your outcome. You will not get it from lack of appreciation. You will not get it from complaining. You will not get it from being unmotivated. You won't. What I tell all the Americans when I'm over there is I tell them they need to come to Africa. They need to come to Africa. And they know it. That's the thing. You saw it's so funny. All of us, we want to go over there to America. I'm telling you, it's overrated. It is overrated. I promise you. Let me just help you with that perspective now. That place is saturated. It's the house of cards. This is the land, a third world country. Let me tell you the definition of a third world country. A third world country that wealth. And that is why we are global clusters. That is what we're trying to change. It doesn't, a third world country is not. Don't believe with all these colonizer. Don't stop listening to white ideology when it comes to your country. You are African. Stop accepting white ideology. Third world country, that means they're poor. That is false. It is wrong. It is incorrect. Third world means rich, rich in resources. They want what we have. Okay? So when we change our mentality, change our attitude, become proud of who we are, what we have, and we build the infrastructure so that we can utilize it. That's the great thing about being third world. It means that there's so many areas, so many untapped. It's like finding a gold mine. That's what a third world country. It's like finding a gold mine. Think about it years ago when somebody discovered a new place. It was a gold mine. It was third world. It was underdeveloped. So that means, Omo, this is where you want to be. If you actually want to have generational wealth, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to figure it out. It's not going to be by running over to greener pastures that are not green. Telling you, this is the greenest pastures. And all those people that were going over there, America, they are all coming here now. And I'm going to be a catalyst for that because we need to invest in ourselves. We take money from all these people, China, we owe these people money, and we think we have independence. No, independence, that's just a paper thing. That's just paper. Because if you now go back and we accept $500 million from China, now we're still indebted to them. Is that independence? No. How can another land control our land? It starts from our thought process. You see all these Oyibos walking around. I'm in Jerry now. All of them walking around. They're here. They know what we have, but we don't know what we have. So when we change that, that's what, after 10 years, I finally come back to Nigeria. I'm just making a joke as if I'm the prodigal son. I'm back and I come back. I always plan on coming back. I'm super excited to be back because I know the opportunity that is here and I want to be a part of that. I know the opportunity. See, I left there to come here because this is where it is at. So for those of you that see it, thank God for you. For those of you that don't, open up your minds, learn a new perspective, realize who you are. We are Nigerians, not, oh, you're this, I'm Christian, you're Muslim, Yoruba, Igbo. No, that is all irrelevant. If we keep focusing on all these divisions, we will never solve the problem. Never. All these invisible barriers that don't exist. Oh, you're this and that. It doesn't make sense. When you start thinking about it, it doesn't make sense. Regardless of what religion you are, we all believe in God. We believe in the same thing. You just have a different perspective than the other person, which is normal. Everybody in your own household does not think the same way. So why do you think everybody in your society should think the same way? So my point is we need to become more flexible with the way that we think in this country and stop thinking all the same. We have to stop thinking like sheep, thinking like, oh, we can't do anything. We need the government to do. No, we don't. We can do it for ourselves. And it takes every single soul that's on this call, every single person that's in this country for it to be done. And it will be done. It will be done. But that's pretty much what I had for you guys today. I didn't really plan on speaking. I
Amazing,
just wanted to say a couple things. I
amazing,
appreciate
amazing,
you all for
amazing,
having me.
amazing, amazing.
You guys have a great,
Yes,
fantastic day.
amazing,
I'll see you.
amazing. That's
Bye.
amazing. I'm really proud of you, brother. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We've heard from Cluster and Mahazu Uk, and you saw his submission yesterday. I posted it when he went through all that we've done, and he wrote his submission. I posted it there for people to see, and I want to appreciate everyone for keeping up with everything that we're doing here today. Now, let's get submissions, and I will give these. Okay, let's hear from Cluster and Luashe. What's your take on this month's my surgery?
Yeah, thank you so very much, sir. Good to have you. Greetings,
Yes.
ma'am. One Mesodri, Costello and Ambassador Ukuma. I greet our First Lady, and I greet our brother, and I greet everyone. Pastor Amazu, thank you so much for. I'm happy to see and hear from you're kind. You use like us because seriously, most of us we want to japa. You understand? Most of us believe that going there is just where everything lies. But you see, when we see someone like you coming to us, that you have been there, it's just like people say, heaven is this, hell is this. We used to ask, have you been to heaven? Have you been to hell? How do you know how it is? But you have been to America, you are born there, and you see how it is. You've been through, you experienced everything, and you've experienced Nigeria. Now, this is a direct experiential pattern. You know what you are talking about. Now you are telling us that we have everything here, and we are so glad, we are so happy to have you. And we are sure that our collaboration and our working together will be fruitful for us and for our nation, Nigeria. Thank you so very much, brother. Thank you. Good to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's have Cluster and Afolabi Dari David. What's your take on this morning's mind surgery?
Good morning, sir. My ambassador. Good morning, Mr. Amazu, Mr. Oluwaseyi, everybody, and our ambassador, Mrs. Michelle Uko. Good morning. Before I give my submission, please, I want to ask Mrs. Uko a question. Can I go ahead, sir?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Please, Mrs. Uko, are you fully American? Were you born in America or you're an African American?
Fully born in America.
Wow. Yeah. Now my submission now. The reason why I asked the question.
American. From the
According
Biko
to the
family.
story of my brother Mr. Amazu, he said his father is from a local village, straight down to US, while the mom is fully American. Yet the mother agreed and supported the man to take up a business that expand the family. And he also advised the man to move down to Nigeria so that they can train their children in a proper moral way. That is massive. That is wonderful. And that's actually the strong belief I have that behind a successful man, there's always a great woman. Mrs. Michelle, you are a great woman. And my brother, Mr. Amazu, you are so fortunate to have a mother like Mrs. Uko. Because if you have never come to Nigeria, all these things you are saying, you may not be saying it today. All this knowledge, all this knowledge, you may not be getting it today. So all kudos to that woman. She's a wonderful and great woman. Because for somebody that is an American, now said, okay, let's go back to Nigeria, which many people regarded as third world country. And look at your life now. Look at your life, my brother. So, mommy, I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much. Just like my submission some other day, like one other day like that when I was praising our first lady, Mrs. Motriya Badmus. Without Mrs. Motriya Badmus, everybody will not be here. Because when Ambassador brought up the idea of opening a global clusters, bringing people together, and she did not support it, we will not be here today. We will not be getting this value. And those are the great women we are talking of. They are the great mother that want the good for their children. So, Mrs. Uko, thank you so much for the wonderful job you are doing on your family, for supporting your husband and bringing out the best in your children's life. And my brother, Mr. Amasu, you said everything already. So, we Nigerians should be proud of ourselves. Traveling out of the country is not the solution because we have everything here. We just have to change our mindset. And when we change our mindset, things will work in our way, the universe will work in our way, and that's what we'll be getting in Global Cluster every day. So thank you so much, Ambassador. Thanks so much, everyone. That's what I have to say for now. Thank you, sir, for the privilege, sir.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Thanks for that wonderful submission. Thank you very much. Let's have question for Rex in 1 minute, please. What's your take on today's mind surgery?
Thank you, Ambassador Kunle Badmus, sir. Thank you, Dr. Michelle Uko, and every noble clusterian here. And I also want to specially appreciate Clusterian Amazu. Igbo Kwenu. Thank you. Thank you for coming. The way you came this morning, what you have released or what you have said is quite enormous. I mean, it's mind-blowing. Coming back to your own country is not something small because you have a better understanding. You have a good mindset. You understand, what it entails to better your own country. And you said you talked to people, you're always talking to people over there. You guys, you need to come back and all that. And now this platform is here for us, and we are glad to meet somebody like you, because we are going to do a whole lot together by the grace of God. And like Clusterian Afolabi said that you are proud, you're lucky or you're fortunate to have somebody like Dr. Uko. Honestly, she's a wonderful person. And for time, I would like to just stop here. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Christian Forrest, for that submission. Let's have from President Williams. What's your take on this morning's mind surgery?
Excellent morning to everyone on this very call. I want to say I'm not much surprised because I've been hearing about Mr. Amazu right from 2021, and I've been working with his mother, Dr. Michelle Uko, and I can see the transformation from mother to son. Mr. Amazu, this is a reawakening to us, and we gladly welcome you to this very global cluster. Keep it up, and we are here to work together. Thank you, Mr. Amazu. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Let's get submission from President Taiwo Adeboye. What's your take on this morning's mind surgery?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Badmos, Mrs. Motorayo, everybody here. Good morning. So I was surprised today that anytime I used to think about that, I don't want to say it outside because I'm ashamed of myself if I say I don't like to travel out. So if I say it outside, some people will say, Aro kolele komo nkan to da. Because I know if I have money, I know what I can do in this Nigeria that I will make money. I am a farmer. Why am I travel to abroad? If my children go there, if they call me that, mommy will come and do omugo with us, so come and play with us, so come and greet our children, I can go, but to stay permanently. Èmi ò ara mi ò balẹ̀ tó gbogbo level yẹn. So mo kàn máa ń wo some people wọ́n sọ pé Japa is the best solution. Ìgbà tó jẹ́ wípé mi ò ní owó, but mo tó mú mi tí mo fi lọ sí corporate lọ máa yá owó láti máa fi manage poultry. Tí mo mọ̀ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé I have that money, mo mọ iye tí màá máa make. So why am I going to abroad to go and do some things that kinní kan o máa rówó ara wọn tó lọ tí wọn rówó at the end of the day now. But this Nigeria, with my own knowledge about the poultry, ìyà ò lè jẹ mí. I can't survive if I have this money. So I know what I can do. So pé kí n japa yẹn, because if I see anybody that will say want to send me to abroad, I will ask her or him that, do you have projects for me there? Do you have business that I can do? Because mo mọ ara mi tí mi bá ṣiṣẹ́ láàrin ọjọ́ mẹ́ta, I will sick. Mi ara mi ò balẹ̀. So ṣé iṣẹ́ tí màá ṣe ti wà nílẹ̀ tí màá fi máa bí tí màá máa rìn káàkiri bí ìgbóná, mi ò lè lọ. So owó tí ẹ fẹ́ fi rán mi lọ yẹn, just give me, try me. I will pay you back to do my farm, to do some things in this Nigeria. So I prefer that. So when I'm hearing that Mr. this brother talk this morning, Mandy or something like that, he said that he's from part of Nigeria and America. Ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ó encourage mi gan, because a léèyàn níbẹ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa ń káwọn ọmọ wá sí Nàìjíríà. One of my brother travel maybe last 2 years. He's telling me that Taiwo jọ̀ọ́ o bá ń wá ògúnfe ó ń wù mí jẹ. Mo lọ sí Ìkòròdú. I went there to go and get ògúnfe for my brother. Mo smoke here. Mo ní láti pa broiler mẹ́ta. I smoke it and I send it to when he say ìyàwó ẹ̀ ní láti pè mí pé BP mi tó lọ sókè nígbà tí mo rò tán pẹ̀lú ẹ̀fọ́ ewúro wípé BP òun dẹ̀ ṣe kí ni ó wá because tí mi ò bá jẹ oúnjẹ yẹn láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ kan ní ìlú yẹn èmi náà lè máa sick náà. So in fact ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo gbọ́ lára in fact mo ṣáà rẹ́rìn-ín ni pé èmi kẹ̀. So I appreciate that brother very much. I appreciate you. So in fact, that's what we are discussing on this platform. Pé to japa is not the best solution. Ká mú ọwọ́ wa ká fi ṣiṣẹ́ ni. Ká bá ti ṣọ̀lẹ, we are going to make it. Téèyàn bá ti ṣọ̀lẹ, ó máa make it. Thank you so much, everybody.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Pastor Taiwo Adeboye. Thank you very much. Pastor Kayode Oyedotun, Master Jenny, thank you. Greetings to you. Let's have submission from Pastor Adejoke Adeleke. Are you available?
She's busy, sir. She's busy. She's working.
Okay. If you are not available, let's hear from Pastor Isaiah Akpegan.
Good morning, sir, my president. Good morning, the First Lady. The First Lady, good morning. The Klosera Oluwaseyi and every other person present at Klosera and non-Kloserians. I say good morning to everybody. Yeah. My submission to this, over time, myself, I've been thinking of, I need to japa. Sincerely, I just have to leave this country. But I just believe that God has a mission for every human being. Okay. And there is one fact. There is no man that is not talented. One talent of the other. To what my brother Klosera Mazi said, that
Amazu.
We have resources in our country that we can utilize, and we'll live even though better than the Europeans, the Western countries. But are we ready to develop those resources? Now, day by day, countries get indebted, borrowing money from, international countries, European countries, yearly, millions, trillions, billions of dollars. And we'll say we have independence. That's the fact I just took out of what he said. We don't have independence. We can't be indebted and we'll say we are independent. We will never be free. Let's look at the case of Burkina Faso. They have paid up their debts. Roughly 137 trillion or whatever. They have paid off their debts. And today they have decided not to lend money from any other country. Now they put their mind together, set up a goal that, okay, this country with the resources they have is enough for them to uplift every citizen, build houses for them, let them live a comfort life. So also it can happen in Nigeria. Who are we not to do that? The most populated nation in Africa. We can do more better than others in Africa. So why are we disturbing ourselves? And Global Clusters has come to stay by our president to bring us together. Let us rub minds together, showcase our talents. Those who have no knowledge or they have no knowledge or they have knowledge cannot have no power. Let us bring them into the Global Clusters. They will be developed and be established. That is what our president is preaching for us every day by day. And we have to work towards it and make sure we take everybody to the promised land. Thank you, sir. And God bless you, sir.
Wow, that is the 001 pharmacokinetics cluster of the global clusters in the person of Akpegan Isaiah. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Let's hear from the global first lady. You understand? What's your take on this? Chief Mrs. Motunrayo Badmus, the wife of the global president. Over to you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mark.
Thank you so much, my president. Good morning. Good morning, Mommy Uko, Mrs. Uko. Good morning, Amazu. So good to see you once again. It's been a while. Hope you still remember me.
Yes, so
Good to see you. Officially welcome back to Nigeria and your family. I'm so sorry I am not in the country to give you a grand welcome, but don't worry, we'll
thank
see
you.
one of these days. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your wonderful submission this morning. It was so impactful. Like my husband, my husband and mommy, they knows me that I'm a family-oriented person. I told my husband, I said, I am not a broad freak. Right from beginning of our marriage, he loves for us to have our kids raised in abroad. And I said, I always I love to raise my kids till secondary school level. Then they can go for their university to do their higher institution over there. But you have to listen to your husband sometimes. He loves it this way. And I said, I'm always useful when I'm in Nigeria. I love to be in Nigeria. I know what I can do when I'm back at home. I told him I am not a broad freak. I don't see myself. I told him I always love to do summer here and go back to my country. I always tell my husband, but he's a very he's a very wonderful man. He loves things to be done in his own way. But I thank God, and I'm still telling him, I say, once my children got to that age, I'm still going back to Nigeria. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Mommy. Thank you for taking care of them very well. Thank you so much and have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. That is the voice of the global first lady of the global clusters, Chief Mrs. Motunrayo Badmus. Our time is fast spent. We want to appreciate you, Pastor Namazu, because Namazu will be
You on the
working with
call.
the
That's contributed. Master
Pastor
Jenny was on.
Namazu. You say what?
Ambassador, Master Jenny is still on the call. Hasn't contributed.
But he came late, but he might not know what we have said. That is the
No,
thing.
it was early actually.
Really, Master Jenny, do you have a contribution? Were you on time?
I was on time, but I do apologize. I was having a break in transmission because I'm currently busy. But I do appreciate what everybody has said, and I will definitely contribute later. Thank you.
Yeah. So because I observed that I came in a bit late, but it's okay. But we our time is fast spent. The call is from 9 to 10. It's 7 minutes to 10 a.m. and we appreciate Pastor Namazu for coming up today. And then he will be working in the my surgery department because it resonated with him well, and he really, really said that is he already had the vision of ensuring that he changes people's mind, and he wants to be a mind surgeon. So, and we want everyone to be a mind surgeon, and for us to have the right perspective about life. So, having said that, you see more of him. Sometimes we speak on survival strategies we have in the evening. He might be one of the speakers to talk to us about how do we survive in the new normal. You understand? And all of these things. So just note that we'll be having more of him, and he will be serving in the mind surgery department of the global clusters. Having said that, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or upcoming professionals, technocrats or upcoming technocrats, entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We're not just a social media platform with a marketplace, with all the language of the world, with all the features of, getting connected with people, following each other, making video calls, making voice calls, chatting unlimited, writing to your timeline, creating your own cluster, either private or public, and with instant monetization. But we're a nation building platform. We believe that the global clusters and its revolutionary concept and all the initiatives in the global cluster will be will be used to create a beautiful Federal Republic of Nigeria and to build a United States of Africa. So if you're watching us, if you're watching this live, it's my surgery every Monday, 9 to 10. We're done. And if you have not already started into the global clusters, just go to your Play Store, download the global clusters, or you go to www.theglobalclusters.org. That is GLOBALCLUSTERS.org. So when you go there, you join today. One-time lifetime registration fee of $21 or 30,000 naira. Or for a vendor that want to sell in the community is 50,000 naira or $35. So you can do one-time lifetime registration and come in. And we seek more collaboration. Um, for just to notify all the clustering in the house, we should all add people to our Telegram page right now. We have a Telegram page. The WhatsApp group is filled up. So the Telegram page, and we should all make use of it for all our highlights and all of our social media handles. So having said that, I want to appreciate everyone. This evening we're going to be meeting by 5 p.m. on Boss Lady Amokwe. That is the 001 Genuine Love Revolution of the Global Clusters. And it's going to be survival strategies in the new normal. I want the admin to share the Zoom link and the poster everywhere. And after the survival strategy, tomorrow will be the Humanity Revolution, 5 to 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Share this Zoom link with friends and family. For what we have done today is on YouTube. I've already shared on the platform. You can share with your friends and family. Let them get something. When the review is out, share the review, share the video review, share the voice review with friends and family, and let us get started. Thank you very much. God bless you. Don't miss from tomorrow. We'll start a very big advert on the tour in November. Everyone has to start booking for their slot. The Global Cluster International Business Summit is going to be very big. So don't miss all of this concept. And thank you very much. I appreciate everyone for coming on the call today. And I want to say you should have a wonderful Monday. Bye for now. Thank you.